Alright guys, so I'm going to go over a quick, fast version of what the best way to use Iron Man is. I'm going to go over all of his abilities, and then we're going to go over how to use him, what his team up does, and the way that I use him to win games and hit higher levels and higher ranks in Marvel Rivals. His first ability is going to be his Repulsor Blast, right? And you're going to have a lot of people tell you that that's his main ability and to use him from height and get damage in. Like, yes, you can peek these corners, right, and make yourself a little harder to hit, but this is not the most efficient way to use Iron Man. His Repulsor Blast does a straight line projectile that generates a spell field upon impact. The damage is 55. When he's in Armor Overdrive, it's also 55. When he's in Gamma Overdrive, it's 60. And his dual blasters will do 65 no matter what. And his dual blasters is you shoot one, you shoot two, and then he does two shots. You see the animation there? 1, 2, and then both hands. That is his dual blasters. You have 100 ammo, and that is shared between your Repulsor Blast and your Unibeam. And then he has to reload. Ammo consumption on each shot is 10. His dual blasters is 16. His fire rate is a 1.65 second for his normal attack. When he's in Gamma Overdrive, when he has the Hulk team up, he will shoot faster at a 1.33 shots per second. So you shoot a little bit faster. The range on it is about 3 meters. So you can shoot people directly, you do more damage. The splash radius drops off at 3 meters, and that is a 40% fall off. Right? If you are in the Armor Overdrive or the Gamma Overdrive, it is a 40% fall off at 5 meters. So if you're here, you can still hit them 5 meters. Right? Now that is only when you're in Armor Overdrive or Gamma Overdrive, or when you're using the dual blasters. So you go here, right? This guy's about 5 meters away. 1, 2, 3. Your third shot will hit them. That's your dual blasters. Now your Unibeam is the next ability we'll talk about, and that one is the one you should be using all of the time. This is your bread and butter, what you'll hear everybody calling all of their usual abilities that they use. This is going to be your bread and butter. You're going to come over here and you're going to be able to shred through people. So your Unibeam is a chest beam that does 120 damage per second if you are not using your armor overdrive. There's 120 damage per second. And this will rip through multiple targets. Your armor overdrive will turn this into 180 damage per second, and your gamma overdrive, if you have the Hulk, makes it 220 damage per second, which means you are shredding people in the backline in 1.2 seconds. Your ammo consumption is 10 per second, and your range is about 25 meters. So from here, standing about 25 meters, I'm on the 25, you can hit them, right? You get behind the 25 meters, you can't hit them anymore. As soon as you cross that 25 meters, you can hit them again. So it is 25 meters. Your ultimate is the Invincible Pulse Cannon. Now I have a pop-up for all of these on screen. It's a straight line projectile that generates a spell field upon impact. Right? It travels really slow. It's easy to block. There are many characters that can block or dodge this ability, so you have to be smart with the way you place it. The energy cost is 2,800, and this does a buttload of damage. Okay? So at 5 meters, you're still going to kill everything around you. Right? Now, you bring that up and you go to 10 meters, you are not going to hit them. You're going to hit them, but it's not going to kill everything. Maximum pulse. Oh. At 10 meters, you are not going to hit them. You go within 10 meters, right? About right here, and I'm going to get directly above them so we can do this to the best of my ability. Maximum about 9 meters. You'll hit them, but you do pretty much nothing. So you have to be kind of on them for this. Right? You want to get the full 1,000 damage.
Enemies on approach.
Now, the way I like to use this... Oh, let's go over the next ability first. Your hyper velocity. Alright, I told you guys. This is a ability that lets you move at 100% faster speed. It goes about 80 meters. So if you look here, you got 20, 40, 60, all the way to the wall from here is 70. You go about 80 meters. So I'm going to start here. You go about 80 meters. Now, when you get your gamma overdrive or your armor overdrive, you will fly much further, and you will fly at the same speed, but you will fly much further because now instead of going 80 meters, you can go about 120. Your armor overdrive, right? It lasts 10 seconds. The cooldown is 20 seconds, so I recommend that every 30 seconds you're spamming the E button. You are wanting to use this all of the time, as often as you can. So like we got a tank here, you are going to shred through this guy. You don't get headshot damage for this. You don't get higher damage for hitting him in the face for any of his abilities. He doesn't have that. Your gamma overdrive makes you have even more power, but it also still only lasts 10 seconds, and you cooldown is still 20 seconds. So it doesn't change your cooldown on this ability, and it doesn't change the duration. It also does not change the amount you move in armor overdrive when you are doing your left shift. Now, we are going to show you the missiles. You should never do this. This is god awful. Alright, this is terrible. It's a terrible thing. Right? You get your gamma overdrive, you do it again, you try to shoot directly at something, you're still going to be hitting all over the place. Right? Your missile launcher, right? The best way to use it, and I don't recommend using it, I recommend using your unibeam as often as possible, but the best way to use it is if you're firing into a group of people, you're trying to get some damage off, you're waiting on your cooldown, right? And then you hit it, right? Lead with it. Right? You might not hit anything, but you're leading with some extra damage. The other option is you're fighting up close, you're sitting behind your tanks, right? You're doing this here, right? And then get right up on them, and you're throwing extra damage past your tanks into the face of the enemy. Especially if there's a large group of enemies all bunched up together. Right? You are going to get that damage, you're going to get the splash damage off your missile barrage. The ability of the missile barrage is it's a scatter type projectile that generates a spell area upon impact. If you're using it while you're flying, you're going to get 16 missiles.
All systems smash.
Yeah, so 6 seconds. You will be able to use it twice.
Look out below.
Yes, you can use it as soon as you start your armor overdrive. You can shoot it again while you're still in armor overdrive. But, like I said, I don't recommend using this ability unless you are confident that you're going to be using it in one of those specific situations. Or if you're just trying to throw a little bit of extra damage out there because you're about to run away. So, like, you're fighting, right? You're doing this, right? You're getting hit, do this, and then get the hell out of dodge. Okay? And also, you'll be sitting behind your teammates while you do it.
What do I hit next? I'm taking
now,
rests.
A lot of people are going to tell you, like I said earlier, that the strategy with this guy is to sit up really high, and you're going to be putting damage downrange this way. I'm telling you right now, this is not the way to use it. You're not going to get enough damage, you're not going to get enough kills, and your people are going to tell you that you're throwing because you're a terrible Iron Man. What you want to do is be right behind your tanks. So let's say your tanks are right here, 5-10 meters away. They're fighting with the people right here. Right? You want to be sitting around 20 meters away. Your tank's about 10, you're about 20. Get your armor overdrive, and you will be shooting through your tanks. Right? Fighting with your tanks. And then get the hell out of there. Right? Take a different angle. You've just killed 3 people. Now you can pop your fucking pulse, get another one out of the fight. You're up. 2, 3, 4 people dead, and you're laying down the damage. And this is how you're gonna carry as Iron Man. With or without the Hulk, because people will tell you that it's not any good unless you have the Hulk. I'm telling you right now, Iron Man is good with or without the Hulk. But he is so much better with the Hulk because of that extra damage he gets to his hyper beam. Now, some ways that I use this in game, I will put some clips up for you guys to see, and I will show you some awesome stuff to do with it. The combo that I recommend with this is very simple. You're going to use your unibeam, get them low, right? Hit one of your repulsor cannons as you're running away, right? So you're fighting behind your tanks here, right? You're on your own overdrive. You're here. And get the hell out of dodge, right? Because your direct hit on these actually do quite a bit of damage. So get a little bit low, get a little bit low. About at that big meter there. If they get under this big meter, you will one-shot them.
There's another one down.
If they get under this big meter, you will one-shot them.
Double KO.
If they get under this big meter, you will one-shot them.
That's 3.
Now, the way I did with flying targets is I'll hit my own, wait till I get armor overdrive. Come up when they're not paying attention, melt them, leave. Right? Because as soon as you melt these guys, they're going to be screeching to their teammates, Iron Man just shot me out of there, Iron Man shot me out of there. They're going to be telling on you, you're going to get riddled by all of these people down here. Right? So take an off angle. Right? And by off angle, I mean your whole team's fighting here. Okay, off angle. Your whole team's fighting here on the numbers. Right? And you want to come right here. You're taking an off angle. Hit them this way. Now you can hit both of these guys from behind cover. Right? If you're fighting with a storm, right? If you're here, you're waiting until they're not paying attention. Get your armor overdrive. Come up behind them.
Glad I could help.
Get out of there. Melt them in the 2 seconds that it takes to melt them, and then run away. Get back by your teammates so you can get healed, and then get back behind your tank so when your cooldown comes off, you can sit here and spam these. Get back over here so when your cooldowns come off and you can use your armor overdrive again, you'll be back to beaming people.
Double KO.
You do not want to be standing in the middle of these guys without your armor overdrive because you are not going to do the damage that you want to.
4 in a row.
You get a couple of them, melt some tanks, get the heck out of there, heal, come back to the fight when you have your armor overdrive. And if you don't have it, you're sitting here doing this. Right? You're spamming. You're putting shots down, you're putting shots down range, you're hiding, you got cover, right? Okay, now you're at about 5 seconds. You decide, alright, I'm gonna fly back in so I can get back down here with my team, and then armor over.
That's 3.
I'll show you that it doesn't just hit 2 people. You can hit as many targets that are in the line as long as your crosshairs are placed correctly. If you're aiming right at this guy, you're only going to hit him. Alright, let him pop back up. If you aim towards the last guy, you will hit them all. That's what you want. You want to keep your crosshair a little bit to the right because the way that this travels is from the character to the crosshair, from left to right, and it's going to hit everything in between. So, if you're aiming, so let's go to this one. You're here, you're shooting this guy. If you're aiming here, you're only hitting him. If you're aiming directly at him, right, you're hitting the ball.
Double KO.
These are the things that you need to know if you're going to play Iron Man. As you can see in this highlight, I'm fighting down low with my team, behind my tanks, behind my other DPS. I'm fighting behind these guys, and I'm blasting them, putting down fire, keeping my distance, staying behind the shield, and I put that ultimate directly on top of them. I need to get them off of the cart so we can move forward and win this game. We got a couple more highlights.
Maximum pulse! Nobody can hang with the pulse cannon.
That's another great one right there. You want to remember that you want to know the timers on these ults, right? Because yes, you can direct hit Luna and kill her in her ultimate, but if you time the ult correctly, they will think they're safe. Yes, you can kill Luna while she's in her ult, but you're not going to get the damage for all of the teammates that are around her. So you time her ult, so that way you're killing them right when her ult goes off. All of her teammates are going to be standing around her. You'll get your cannon off at the same time that she stops healing people, and you'll kill multiple. Also, whenever old Punisher decides he wants to jump into his little cannons and start screaming, right? You have your ultimate because yours comes up faster than everybody else. You can come over here and throw it on him just like this, right? See it, hear him start screaming. You decide you're gonna take a different angle. Bam! Hit him with the ult. Easy money. Go get him from a different angle where he's not looking at you and take him out of his ultimate. Because these Punisher players think that they're just doing so well whenever they get into their ultimate, they can kill anything. It's not gonna happen.